Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for November 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your monthly reading for November. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And before I even start, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading. And already I'm seeing an image. Well, I'm seeing 2 images actually. They're very separate. One is like some train tracks and someone standing at the side of the train tracks looking at the path ahead. So train tracks tend to mean progress. Okay, and can indicate that you're mapping progress this month. I'm not really sure how else to decode that image other than you have a plan, you're like tunnel vision, you're focused on it, and you're going to make it happen, and you're going to see rewards from that. But the other image I can see is like a game of Twister. Okay, you know, one of those games where you have to like bend over backwards and put your hand and your feet on the different colored circles. Now, this is a game from a long time ago, so I'm basically betraying my age there. But yeah, so either, I mean, some of you could literally go to a party in the next coming weeks or months that someone breaks out the Twister game, but it can indicate that you are bending over backwards to make life work, but you're also kind of enjoying what it is that you do, okay? So maybe you're trying to find the fun in doing whatever it is that you do. So really random. Those are the images. I have to give them to you. I'm going to move on from those, but I feel some of you may be thinking that you've made certain progress, but not enough, but you're going to see more of it in the month of November. And anyway, let's move on from that image. And November, of course, has arrived. And this month is a month that signals radical revolution. And every month, I pretty much ask my guides about the energy to communicate to you all. And this month, the first thing that they said was, November, November, we will always remember this November. So I'm guessing it will be a very memorable month for a couple of reasons. Well, we are officially dialing up the heat in Scorpio season, so it will be intense and all-consuming. And it really is a time to do a deep dive emotionally, cultivate a deeper relationship with self, initiate more intimate connections with others, ponder the mysteries of life and the universe, as well as bravely overcome any circumstances that seemed impossible. It's time to embrace your passionate wild side and submerge yourself in knowing as well as following your heart fully. And this month, it actually fully supports you embracing alone time to follow anything that you're passionate about. A hobby, a sport, art, music, films. For some of you, that train tracks could also represent going on a quick trip somewhere. So please take it as it resonates. Some of you, it may be a train ride as well. But basically, it's time to tap into the sensual side of life. And of course, this month we also have one of the most powerful events to unfold. Pluto makes its final move into the sign of Aquarius, and it will remain there until March 2043. Now, this will lead you to so many incredible personal breakthroughs, encouraging a desire to learn more about yourself, especially on a psychological level. This is an exciting time to explore, as well as broaden your horizons and try new things. Plus Pluto, you know, the energy, no, I don't think they want those. They have to pop out when I shuffle the cards, okay? And this deck, it's quite new. It's a beautiful deck there, the Graffiti Tarot. Oh, actually, you know what? My guides, interesting. My guide just went, no, you revealed it. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't quite understand. All your cards, this is so unusual for reading. All your cards came out face down. So I feel like you're in for a surprise this month, a really positive one, because in error, obviously, because my guys went, no, you revealed it. The sun is the one that I revealed, which is to see. So it could be something is revealed to you this month. It is a surprise. Let me just get the rest of your cards. I'm going to put them all face down because my guides wanted them that way. Okay, so I guess I will reveal in a moment. Basically, I want to tell you about the planetary alignments and how they affect you first. So please fast forward this bit if you do not want to hear it. But, this is a perfect time to broaden horizons and try new things, of course. And, this period also, it transforms and pushes for social change, technological advancements, as well as new governmental structures and a dismantling of old, outdated systems. It will not be an overnight abrupt thing. It'll be something that will, of course, have a profound effect on the world at large, but it will happen in the following years, okay? And the last time that this placement occurred, when Pluto moved long-term into the sign of Aquarius, it happened in 1778 to 1798, where some of the most intense revolutions in the world occurred, resulting in major transformations of power and new technology. Now, Aquarius also rules climate, so we could see some more odd weather events this month that are not typical to season, things that are amplified in energy, and Uranus-Pluto partnership could increase potential for volcanic plate movements and seismic activity in areas that have either lain dormant or have not seen seismic activity in a very, very long time. Now, it all kicks off this month, but I want you to be aware it will filter out for years to come, so it's not going to be all at once. And of course, on a personal level, Pluto represents anything hidden, so you may be prompted to change a password or even discover a long-kept secret. There's something here being revealed to you in the month of November, so that's going to be quite exciting. And we also have, of course, increased solar activity. And I did reveal the Sun card right there. So, Mercury will also be in retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius. So it would be very wise to back up any work, save down financial statements, as power outages really have a potential to increase over the next coming months. And you've got the Sun in the resistance position. So the fact that all your cards are like, I can't see them, and the only card that got revealed there was the Sun in the resistance position, I would say a lot of you may have a potential to experience a power cut, right? But it will be brief. It's not something to panic about. I want you to be aware of that. But also I feel like a lot of you are looking at energy levels this month. But also, I want you to be aware that Mercury retrograde, it can be a very positive experience, allowing us to slow down, see the minute details before moving forward so we don't miss something. And it encourages revamps, renewals, and gives us second chances to make long-lasting positive changes. Now, we do have a new moon in Scorpio, and it also rubs shoulders with a Jupiter alignment and trines Saturn. So it will be a perfect time to set new intentions and tap into the tenacity and ambition to make things happen on your terms, and the successful outcomes will be long-lasting. We do have the star Algol that will be visible in the constellation Perseus throughout November, so we may see a battle between positivity and negativity during this period. Dates are the 9th, the 12th, and the 29th to look out for. Now, this can be an inner battle, okay? Being positive about your circumstances, then being negative about your circumstances. We all go there. We fluctuate in our energies, but it could also be a global thing that we see. We also have Uranus, the great awakener to truth, activating during this time, and it will be strongly triggered by that full moon on the 15th. So they're only 1 degree apart, and we could see some shocking world events unfold during this time, or even be revealed. So truth comes out during this period. And, I would say it truly opens our eyes, especially on a financial front, as this full moon is in the sign of Taurus. And Taurus rules finances, acquisitions, property, all of those things. We may see an admission that potentially things are not as good as they've been saying they are on the financial front. And of course, a well-known brand or institution may close as well. Now, this month could also see the launch of new global apps or technology that changes how we advance in some way. But on a personal level, you may have a shocking revelation about an event that you've already experienced from the past or someone from the past. And this revelation really helps you to heal from this, to let go of this, and move move on from this from a place of empowerment. Uranus during this period actually can help you discover a eureka moment in your life as well, to move forward with big ideas and big plans and the power to transform your life in the most positive way. So this month, it's all about transformation. Now, let me reveal your cards. I'm quite excited about this. Okay, so we got rings there. We've got 5 of Wands. We've got the Knight of Cups. So this is you focusing on your commitments this month, focusing on all the things that you feel like are important in your world. I mean, we've got the Sun card. We've got the Page of Swords there. So investigating new ideas. Some of you may be feeling a little bit stuck there. We will get into each energy as we get into it. Let me just see if I can pick this card up. We've got the Phoenix rising from the ashes, loving that. We've got the 4 of Wands, something to celebrate, Empress energy here. And we've got the 4 of Swords. Okay, so looking at your overall energy, I feel, anything that you've been worried about, as you leave the month of November, you're going to see that things work out better than you expected. There was nothing to worry about. You can relax, okay? That's the main energy that's coming out there. But also I feel like you're really focused on your commitments, things that you love doing to follow your heart. 5 I feel some of you are brainstorming new ideas. I feel also there's an energy where you feel you want more independence, you want more spontaneity, and you're really going to tap into that. I see a lot of you have been going through a period where you've been feeling a bit down or feeling very low energy. And also with the Page of Swords there in the resistance position, some of you may have been dealing with a person who's been causing you a bit of an issue. They've been on your mind a lot. This may be someone who's been pushing your buttons, or you've just been worried about this person. I feel there's an energy where you felt a little bit stuck or helpless to change that circumstance, but I feel there is a liberation here from that, and I feel there's ultimately nothing to worry about. But I do see you having a conversation that's very important indeed, something that needs to be said, and it's delicate, it's diplomatic, but I feel it kind of frees you up with this person. It feels like both of you say what you got to say. Now this, for some of you, this could be a child that you're dealing with. If you're a parent, for example, could also be your partner, could be a neighbor, could be your boss, could be a friend. I feel it's a delicate conversation, but diplomatically things will be resolved, and I feel there's no pressure there. It just feels like you're clearing the air and everyone's on the same page, and I feel there's an energy here of understanding, okay? So I'm just going to move away from the energy and get to each card individually. Now we have the Rings card as your protagonist energy. Now this means that you're in the flow of focusing on your commitments. It means that you're focused on your tasks, responsibilities. You're going to be doing a lot of like documents, emails, maybe even filling in a lot of forms this month, contracts, maybe even something legal as well. I'm being given an energy. Some of you may have been trying to get some compensation on something, and it may have been delayed or taken a long time. I definitely see here that you're going to get that compensation. It comes through for you. Some of you, it could be a rebate, or you're trying to get your money back on something. I definitely see that it will come through for you, but you may have had to really hustle for it. You may have had to actually really push to be seen or heard about this. So you may have had to chase something up there. But you will be triumphant. You will actually get that back, whatever that is. And I would also say, a lot of you are sort of revitalizing your spirits this month, feeling a little bit more energized, feeling a little bit more productive. I mean, I know that you're busy. I can see that you're exhausted there. I mean, the Sun is in the resistance position, and some of you may have felt a little bit in a funk recently, but I do see here that you're going to have more vitality, but also I get this sense of like overcoming a struggle, being super independent and taking charge of your life. You've got more energy, more flow, and I feel like you basically rise up and overcome this obstacle or this delay or this roadblock that you've been experiencing recently. Now, of course, some of you are developing your spiritual gifts as well. I really feel some of you may even be trying scrying, because I'm seeing someone looking in the water right now. So it's the ability to see. So some of you could be tapping into your spiritual gifts. A lot of you have psychic ability that you may have had flashes of insight. And off the back of October, it feels like your gifts are enhanced, is what I'm being given. Some of you are actually going to utilize that. And you may even join a group of people who are like-minded people who like Yeah, a gathering who, maybe even a circle, I'm not sure, but a gathering of people who can help you increase your potential to tap into your gifts even further. Now, of course, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I really feel some of you are going to stumble upon a group of people who are in your local area, and I feel there's a collaboration. There's an energy of, spending time in good company and them helping you find a way to meditate or quieten your mind, but also to tap into spiritual gifts. They're already there that you're aware of, but you're developing and deepening them, okay? So I'm going to move away from energy. This basically also indicates a lot of you are looking this month at contracts, service providers, subscriptions, things that you've connected to that perhaps you feel, for some of you with the Five of Wands there, I feel you could be like looking at finding a better deal. So you could be looking at who gives your energy, your internet, your water, your subscriptions. You could be looking at all those kind of elements that keep life running smoothly right now and finding better deals. So disconnecting from one service provider that you've been with for quite some time in order to connect to another. Some of you may even like move financial institutions to another financial institution because there's a financial incentive there as well. Because, this month, even though you've got a lot going on here, your overarching energy, you're governed by your second and eighth house. So it's all about the money. Okay. It's about transforming your finances, about what you own. It's also about value, very important. And value, of course, starts with the self first. So you're going to really be thinking about how you value yourself and your commitment to others and who commits to you as well long term. You're going to be looking at situations where you give away your power or undersell your talents or your gifts, and notice when some people underestimate you, because the phoenix rising from the ashes indicates you're a very strong person. You've been through a lot, and no one or nobody is ever going to keep you down. I feel like you have this unstoppable energy about you. I feel if you've been feeling a little bit stuck in your world right now, it's almost like that bird in a cage there becomes the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's like a release. It means that you're rising up. It means that you're letting your wings spread and fly. So I feel like you're going to overcome a lot of challenges, both personal challenges, but things outside of yourself as well, as financial challenges too, because the second house, you're going to be focused a lot on cash, property, budget, savings plans, pensions, real estate. All of that is about leveling up in life. So I feel like you're focusing on your plans and your commitments to make sure that you're on target with that. And I feel like you are putting a lot of effort into your life right now to achieve. And I feel like you're going to be achieving what you deserve and what you put effort into. Now, of course, it's not all about career. I want you to be aware of that. This is about you feeling fulfilled. So even if you're retired right now, I feel like you're looking at, your commitments with people, with groups, affiliations, where you feel like you belong, where you want to be in the world, deepening your spiritual beliefs as well. So I feel this is all about your commitment to the path that you have decided to take, to your true life's calling and mission this month. And I feel, yes, you may have felt a little bit on autopilot recently, whether you're retired, whether you're in work, whether you're, a parent, whether you are, a carer, whatever circumstance you find yourself in right now. I feel like you've just been doing, life has been a lot and you've just been trying to make life work. But now you're really like assessing things with that second house of value. And I feel like you are, leveling up and being that go-getter to get the best deal possible for you. And with that eighth house, it's about transforming your finances as well. So some of you, especially with the Knight of Cups, you're looking at what you have to offer and what you love doing. And, I feel like some of you are in a very competitive arena, or you may be entering into a competitive time where you either want to challenge yourself a little bit more, maybe compete in like a marathon, for example. Some of you could be in training for that. Some of you could be hitting the gym because you want to personally transform some elements of yourself or strengthen yourself in some way. For some of you, you could be entering into a period of study, training in order to be successful in some sort of arena. whatever it is that you are transforming this month, it's going to be successful, and you hear really good news around it as well there. And that 8th house, it just indicates that a lot of you, you're going to be looking at your mortgages, repayment plans, credit card debt, and, you're going to be transforming those finances. So some of you may even be able to pay off a little bit more than you usually do, and you're making a dent in that debt. And some of you are putting a savings plan into place so you can build security for like a nest egg should you ever need it in the future. Although looking at your energy, I don't see that there's a reason why you would need it. But I do see that, in the home space, some of you may need, I'm just being given like an inspection. It feels like some of you may have someone coming in and inspecting something. So if you're in rented property, for example, the landlord may come in and inspect like the boiler or, some sort of heating facility or something like that. They may even send someone in. And it may require you to be there, so it may be frustrating. You have to come to an agreement on the date that this person comes in. If you are someone who owns property, it could be that you need to get something checked in the home space, something that perhaps you've been keeping an eye on is what I'm seeing there, and you may get someone in to inspect it and give it like a full bill of health, whatever that is. And I feel that a lot of you, I feel financially you may have it within a service agreement or warranty period, so I feel like you may not have to pay. But if you do have to pay, I feel you get a really good price for it and you feel pretty proud of yourself. And you may even treat yourself with the leftover finances is what I'm being given there as well. Now, this card, of course, some of you are looking for love, okay? The rings can indicate that you are searching for love. And I do see here that you are going to meet someone who you strike up a conversation with, and there's going to be a conversation. It feels very much like you're in a group of people, like it could be a party, an invitation. Some of you, it could be a festival, or it feels like you're out and about listening to music or having fun when you meet this new person. And I feel there is a conversation about a difficult period in a person's life. So it feels like this person understands you from a different angle than other people. So I feel like you and this person will have a very interesting conversation about life and how hard things can get sometimes. And there is an instant spark between you and this person. But the conversations are not on the surface. They're really deep. So if you're looking for love, I see you being invited to something or going and having fun at something, and you meet a person there and they are highly attracted to you, okay? And vice versa. I feel it's a similar feeling there. But with that Four of Swords present, I feel like, of course, there is an energy that you kind of like see this person clearly, that they are someone you'd be interested in, but I feel like you're just a little bit cautious about getting involved in this straight away. Some of you may have just come out of a high-level commitment, or you may have been going through a divorce, or you may have actually been through a divorce or a separation in the last couple of years, and you feel you're not sure. You're going to take it slow, okay? Organic is best, slow pace. I feel like you're not rushing into anything, but I do see that there is love available if you want it, okay? And if you're in a high-level commitment with a person already, I feel like both of you have gone through a challenging time, and I feel that some of you, especially if you're working hard towards something like making the bills work or making the mortgage work, and some of you may have felt that you've just been stuck in a bit of routine, and this month is about injecting that spark or reconnecting to what you fell in love with each other for in the first place. And I feel both of you, it's about getting out there and enjoying yourselves. Especially if you're a parent, could be that you are going to get the help of either a babysitter or maybe a family member who can like take over for an evening or even for a weekend, so that you can go and have a little bit of a trip away and just, remember who you are aside from just being a parent, okay? So that's coming through there as well. Now, as you can see, this card, it says contracts, agreements, bonds, strong connections, unions, partner, counterpart, lovers, telepathy. As I said, a lot of you are developing your spiritual gifts there. Like-minded people, committed partner, engaged, interconnected, and soulmate. Now, I'm also being given some of you, especially if you are in a high-level commitment here, I feel... and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I feel your partner is, if you're not actually married to this person or engaged, this person is behind the scenes working out the best way to surprise you, to pop the question, as it were, and they may be in conversation with a member of your family or someone you consider really close to you in your friendship circle, okay? So I feel like you may feel there's like something off. You're like, are they conversing with my friend, or did you just call my... I feel like you may discover something and they don't really want you to ruin the surprise, but I feel your intuition kind of like brings you to something. I don't know, but I feel this person, they're like, oh, it's almost like they kind of then decide to delay it a little bit more because they actually want to surprise you. But there's some sort of reveal here, but it feels like a surprise for you. Okay, so that's coming through there very strongly. But a lot of the month, you're going to be focused on your agreements. If you're thinking about leaving a place, especially if you're in a career, I feel like you have to make sure you honor your contract, because there may be some sort of clause that locks you in, okay, for a certain period of time. So you may have to give like a month's notice or 3 months notice or gardening leave before you move into a new role, is what I'm seeing. And some of you, I feel, especially if you are in a career, there is an energy here of, it feels like someone who is not expected to take a high level position. Someone who's quite young actually takes over a high level position, and they are quite strict, okay? It's almost like they're locking things down. It feels very much like they are downsizing, or they've come into the environment in order to like tighten the purse strings and really like shape or ship out. I feel this person's very strict. Okay, so if you're in a working environment, there may be a new addition to the company, and they're there to make some radical changes, and they may actually put the cat amongst the pigeons at first. Okay, but I feel like you see that they're trying to take control of the reins in order to like expand the company, but they feel like they need to exert their dominance in that role. So that's only if you're in a career. I mean, for some of you, it could also be that you meet a person who tries to somehow push their will and tell you what to do, or maybe it's a member of your family that's looking out for you, but they're like over loving you. They're trying to kind of like cotton wool you up and say, oh, I'm going to keep you safe. My way is the best way. And you're like, no, I'm exerting my independence. I know what I'm doing. I am my own person and I'm just doing me. I feel there is a real strive for independence here this month. And whoever it is, I feel some of you, especially since you're in the 4s at the end of the month, this is about celebrating yourself. It's about having alone time and really being independent on your path and doing something that you absolutely love, okay? Now, also we have that 5 of Wands here, and this is a card that indicates that you're challenging yourself or trying to step out of a comfort zone because you're feeling a little bit stuck. I mean, the resistance energy, you've got a bird in a cage, you've got the Sun card in the reverse, you've got the Page of Swords in the reverse. You may feel that nothing new has really occurred much, and you're just feeling a little bit stuck in a rut, or you're just feeling super drained, that it's the same old thing, and you're like, oh, I just want a bit more excitement, I want a bit more fun. And the 5 of Wands as well, it's time to challenge yourself. It's time to, basically get out there and see what life is all about. Because the 5 of Wands, it indicates that, there's a little bit of conflict there. So when there's like a bit of extra pressure, and I feel a lot of you have been under a lot of strain or pressure recently, so you may actually be like downsizing things yourself, as in cutting out maybe subscriptions that you don't utilize as fully as you used to, especially if some of you, and there is something coming through here, if you have connected to a free subscription for a certain period of time, don't forget about it. Please set yourself like a timer or an alarm to actually cancel that subscription if you do not want it long term, because there's something here about you having something free or trialing something and then you get locked into it. Okay, so just watch out for that. It's like keep your eye on things because there's a potential here to get locked into something, and you may have to try really hard to contact a service provider or someone to release yourself from that, okay? But the 5 of Wands basically indicates that, and it is your protagonist energy, that you've been under a lot of pressure recently, you've been under a lot of challenges, but I feel like you're trying to push through these obstacles, which you will. And I feel this card indicates that, you may be in training for something. Sometimes when the universe sends us a lot of trials and tribulations, it means we're about to have a major breakthrough. And with that Knight of Cups, it's kind of asking you to really reflect on what it is that you want, what is in your heart, okay? So I feel there is a major energy here as well of you honoring invitations. I feel like you get invited to a lot of things in the month of November, and I feel you've got a lot on your plate right now. I feel like you're really organized, very productive. You're in the period of flowing and making sure that life is running smoothly. I feel like you have to be discerning about the events that you go to. And I see here there is one event in particular that you feel almost like obliged to go to, but you may not really want to go to it. I feel it's important to give notice, more than just a day, to the person or to the event that you don't want to go or you can't go to something. When we book something in the moment, we're like, yes, I can't wait to go to this. Exciting, haven't done something like this in a long time, or I haven't ever done it before, really excited. And then it's the day of the event and you're like, oh, we shouldn't book this. I actually just don't want to go. I don't want to. There's something here about this, and I feel it's important to make sure that you cancel it long before the actual date, because I feel like you get locked into something, or this person may also try to, let's say, emotionally manipulate the situation in order to make sure you go, okay? So there's something in and around that. I'm going to disconnect from the energy because it's very precise. But ultimately, this is about you doing more exciting things in life. When you've got the Knight of Cups, this is an energy of you following your bliss or finding more pleasure in the present moment, opening up your imagination, really, falling in love with your life, okay? And I feel a lot of you have been feeling just exhausted or challenged recently, and now you're really connecting to the parts of your life that you love and exploring more of that, and really like opening yourself up to your sense of desire. And I mean, some of you with the Five of Wands and the Commitments card and the Knight of Cups, it can indicate that you may have noticed, especially if you're in a high level commitment, people like attracted to you or attracted to your partner. There feels like there's an energy here of rivalry. And I feel that the person that you're with is true blue. They actually want to be with you. They choose you every time. But I feel there is perhaps for some of you, not all of you, and I'm only mentioning this because there's about 7% energy coming through. Some of you, I feel it's really important not to get locked in jealousy or fear, okay? Because this will actually transform the relationship and the dynamic. Trust is so important, okay? But I feel there has to be an honest, open conversation about it. If it is left alone, it will fester. But if it's almost like Five of Wands, you kind of like make a joke about it and say, oh, I can see that blah blah's really got some eyes for you. And your person is more than likely to say, you know what? There is no way ever I'm interested in that person. And they're telling the truth, okay, is what I see there. But there may be something about that in your relationship in the month of November. It could also be about you, that someone like pays you some attention, because the Knight of Cups there is like a romantic frisson, someone interested in you, flattering you, giving you a compliment. They have ulterior motives. So if you're in a relationship, I feel like, of course, looking at the energy, you want your person. I don't see that you want to look elsewhere, but it could cause like a moment with your partner, for example. So again, with that energy, I'm just going to move away. I actually see it strengthening your relationship and not destroying your relationship, but there has to be like an open dialogue, because if anyone like keeps it to themselves and then you discover it, it's like, well, why didn't you tell me? Is there something to hide? So it's really important to just open up about that. I see a lot of you maybe even entering a competition this month, and that competition, I see that, you actually get recognized in that competition. I feel like you celebrate something there as well. So if you're entering some sort of competition, whether it's a sporting event or whether it's poetry or, writing competition, or maybe it's an art competition, I actually see you gaining a lot of recognition there. And it's almost like you are pegged as the person to watch because you're going places. So I definitely see there's a lot of success around you right now. And if you're not entering a competition, it could be that you're working, if you're an entrepreneur or whether you're working in a company, you work in a very fast-paced kind of competitive arena and environment, and people love what you do, and they are going to see you rise. I feel, yes, economically we're all in challenging times, but I see if you're an entrepreneur or you work for a company, I see things will get better, okay? I feel like there has to be this strict energy, though, in order to navigate through a difficult period. And this Knight of Cups indicates that you are focusing on what you love right now in your life and what you have to offer life and friendships, and you're looking at reciprocity as well there. I feel with that Knight of Cups, there is an energy that's mainly coming out of wanting to romance your life a little bit more. You know, stop and smell the roses. Do things that you're creatively called to do, to explore yourself. But I feel you're deep in thought this month as well. A lot of soul searching about life, its challenges, and sometimes why people want to like tear you down or say mean things to you. It's because they see that you're a force to be reckoned with. They can see how successful you're going to be, and they may feel that they're stuck in their circumstances and they don't want anyone to rise above them. So some of you may be distancing yourself from a person who feels like they're a victim, or that they don't want people to be more successful than them, for example. And I feel like you're just leaving them where they're at, and you're just bypassing them towards your goals and your dreams. I feel like you're very committed this month. You're very organized, very productive. I do see you have a lot on your plate there. 5 is a number of like challenge, but also I feel a lot of you may be thinking about being in training for something. So it could be that you are going to upskill in some way, or join a class of learning, whether it's online or in person. Some of you may be hitting the gym, for example. The 5 of Wands is always my gym card. But it's like, how can you challenge yourself to get the best out of life? How can you utilize your time more? How can you reschedule things just to make sure that you learn more about yourself, do things that make you happy, and follow your heart? And I mean, in the resistance position here, we have the bird cage. I'm glad that this is in the resistance position, because it means you got it in the reverse. It means that you are kind of setting yourself free, but also you're staying away from codependency and, you know, a possessive person. It feels like there is someone here who is quite possessive, who wants it their way or the highway. I feel this is a person who's quite immature in their energy, and because it's the Page of Swords energy, it could be that this person either is younger than you, or it could be that this person, you know, says some choice words that are intended to wound you. Now, this doesn't have to be a person you know. It could be that if you are in your working environment, it could be a client or a customer that comes in and they're having a really bad day and they take it out on you. Now, that's not acceptable at all. But I feel like you're just so over this sort of behavior that you are valuing yourself and saying, excuse me, you know, that's unacceptable. I feel like you stand your ground on something. For some of you, it could also be like a court case or some sort of issue that you've been going through, and the person, you know, that you're dealing with, who is opposing your energy, it feels very much like they're losing the battle. So then they have to try and hurt you with their words. You know, when a person is losing, they tend to try and hurt the other person. So I feel you could come across someone like that in the month of November, but I see that you rise above it. You know, whoever this person is. And I mean, even if you're an entrepreneur and you have a certain client, or someone says something negative about what you're putting out there, even if it's on social media, I feel like you're looking at it, taking it on board. And if it is constructive criticism, I feel like you're the sort of person who's open to saying, okay, I could incorporate that or not, depending on your own opinion, because it is your creative license. But also it could be that you're just ignoring it and saying, wow, that person's a really hurt person. And one day they'll mature and move on from that victimhood energy, or they'll move on from that kind of nasty energy or deliberate cruelty kind of energy. And, you know, you're just going to like overlook it and move on from it. It actually makes you stronger. It's almost like competition, or anyone who tries to tear you down or tells you you can't do something. It makes you stronger. It's actually the fuel for you to rise. And I feel like you're turning your life around, and whatever it is, I mean, it could even be like a family member who, if you said, I'm going to do this, and they're like, you can't do that. You know that you're just going to slip into your old patterns, or it's not going to work out, or other people have failed before, you're not going to make it. Whatever it is, You're just going to show those people, but more than anything, your intention is to show yourself, to challenge yourself and know that you can do it. And actually, you're going to thrive, survive, and be so successful. You're going to celebrate it. And it's like whoever has been negative or against you are going to eat their words as they watch you thrive, okay? But it says here, possessive, codependent, clingy, restless, oblivious, controlled, singing anyway, want freedom, without consent, dominion, watched, confined, jealous, trapped. I mean, this card can indicate that some of you feel a little bit stuck in a circumstance. It could be a codependent relationship with a person. It could be that someone, you found that you've been enabling a certain behavior because you've been trying to understand them all the time. Page of Swords is to understand or dig a little bit deeper, and you feel like actually you've had enough of enabling this situation or this person or this experience, and you're cutting loose, okay? Now, also, this card can indicate that you feel like you've hit a certain plateau in your life in some way. You may have got comfortable with a certain experience or just got comfortable in life in general, and you're feeling a bit frustrated or locked into something, and now you want to challenge yourself with that Five of Wands and do something bold and daring and different and follow your passions and do something that you've been yearning to do for quite some time. I mean, for some of you, it could also indicate that, especially if you've got lots of new ideas, the Five of Wands is rivalry. So it could be that someone tries to take your idea or try to use something in terms of your business without consent. Okay, because we have the without consent there. And if you're in a career, it could be that you feel micromanaged right now and you feel really like penned in, and you just want to have more creative control, or you want to exert your independence a little bit more. So some of you may actually decide to launch your own business or put a strategy in place in order to basically free yourself up and go solo. So, I mean, this is a card, I love this card actually. It's like you're going to sing anyway. So it's like someone, they can try and control you or try to control a situation, but they will never break your spirit, okay? And I feel that so strongly in your reading right now. But also I feel some of you, there's an energy here of feeling unappreciated or that you go unnoticed in some way. And I feel energy that's coming through where you're going to get some sort of communication in some endeavor that you're really passionate about, that actually you are being noticed. This month is a spotlight month for you to be recognized and appreciated for what you do. And this can be in the family. It can be in your friendship circle. It can also be in work or the community in some way. But also I see a lot of you, you've got so many great ideas. This is the card to brainstorm and have lots of ideas along with that Five of Wands there. And I feel, any ideas that you have, either copyright them or patent them or keep them to yourself until you're ready to reveal, because we've got the rivalry card here and we've got the card here that indicates someone may try to take it without your consent. I would also say that, there's someone watching what you do and they kind of like what you do, so they may copy you. There may be a copycat energy around you as well. But I feel like you will expose this person for trying to take your ideas or whatever it is there. But that Sun card, on a personal level, this can indicate that you've been drained and you've been going through a personal awakening at the same time as trying to manage the challenges of life. And it's a lot, okay? So I feel you've been at capacity for quite some time. You've had a lot on your plate. But also I feel like you're trying to be positive and grateful for all the experiences that you have and everything that you've got right now. But there is more to come. There is a brighter future to come there for you. This is a card of abundance, okay? So I feel that it's almost like you're trying to create more abundance or you're trying to attract more opportunity, but you need to come out of a comfort zone or challenge yourself in order to do that. And I feel like you're all about that this month as well. And the Sun card, I mean, for some of you, there's something here about heat as well. So it could be that there may be an issue in and around a boiler or your heating system, okay? And I feel like you may get someone in to look at it. I don't see that it's like a big major repair job. I don't see that at all. But I feel it's an energy of getting it back on target, or maybe even a friend comes and looks at it and says, oh, what I do is I like bleed my radiators and just like there's an airlock or something. So random that that's coming through, but it's something that perhaps someone is going to experience this month, and that's why it's coming through. So that's happening there as well. But Page of Swords in the resistance position, some of you, it could be like tax time for you. So you're all up in your receipts, or you're trying to get everything organized. But also for the majority of you who are doing that, I feel that you complete the task in the month of November and you're like, yes, got it done, got organized, I'm sorted. And I feel like you're getting it done early as well, is what I see there. So you've got more time for you. A lot of you, whether you're going through tax time or not, I feel like you're getting organized. Maybe for some of you, you are getting your house organized because you have committed to housing an event or having people over for dinner or something like that, because I do see here that there is a flow of activity, and I feel with the Four of Wands there is a reconnect with people that you haven't seen for a long time, or some of you may even be traveling home to see family and friends this month, to celebrate. There may be even some sort of invitation that you're invited to a party that you're excited about going to. I feel also there is an event that you think about canceling, but it's not this one. And I also see with that Four of Wands, this is a new creative phase for you where you're taking pleasure in the moment, tapping into your creative power, and just, enjoying time with good people, good food, and good music, and just, involving yourself in the community a little bit more as well. Now, this Page of Swords, it can indicate that you have a new idea that you're investigating right now, and you're in throes of creating a strategy. You may even feel like squirreling yourself away without any distractions in order to write down these ideas. Some of you may even be in the throes of writing something. Could be a screenplay, could be a song, could be poetry, could be, a book, for example. So whatever it is for you, I feel a lot of you are keeping something private right now and creating something. You're going to make more headway on it in the month of November. But what I see here is you may take a brief pause on it at the end of November just to go and have some fun, and then you will return to it at the end of November into December. I feel it's something that's in the process of being completed, and by the end of the year I feel like you will have made major headway on it and be ready to release it or launch it. Some of you, this could be a business, could be an entrepreneurship. Some of you want to create that from your home space as well. So you could be thinking of ideas of how to set up a business in your home and basically do something creative that you may even put online, okay, is what I see there. And I feel it's going to really gain a lot of traction there as well. And if you're already doing that, I see your sales or your goods and services really pick up as you move through November into December and way into March next year is what I'm being given. I'm only seeing up until that date for some reason, not sure why. It doesn't mean it's going to change. It just means I see this gradual rise and you're getting very busy as well there. Now, a lot of you, whether you're in a career, whether you're retired, or whatever it is that you do in life right now, I feel a lot of you are looking at the cathartic experience of healing, okay? I feel like a lot of you are looking at where, your confidence issues that you've experienced in the past have really locked you in and prevented you from truly expressing yourself. Well, the time is now. I feel like you're breaking out and expressing yourself, dressing the way that you want. Some of you may even color your hair in like crazy wild colors this month, and it's an expression of you and everything that's the colors of your soul. I feel like this is a very vibrant month for you. So if you've been thinking that, I'd really like to dye my hair pink or purple or, wear some really colorful clothes, I feel like this is a month where you're actually going to do it. And it's so freeing. It just feels like you're just exploring who you are this month and learning more about yourself. But there is a major transformation. I mean, the Five of Wands is to transform because you feel things have been pressurized for a while and you want to just, channel that energy into making a difference in your life, making an impact. And I feel this is about you transforming and rising from that difficult period. It is the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's not even from the same deck. Look at that. That image is almost identical there. And I feel this is a period that highlights that you are a strong person and you've been through a lot. And, putting your thoughts onto paper will really help you make progress from any especially emotional issues or trauma that you experienced. I feel like you are one tough cookie, and I feel like you're overcoming a very challenging time, and now things get infinitely easier. I mean, for some of you, this could be projects that you're trying to get on the go before you take a vacation, because you got the Four of Swords there, taking some rest. Some of you are really like meditating on some of the difficult experiences you've had and wondering why you've had them. You know, this is really random, okay? And it came up a couple of days ago. I saw a reel online, and it was of the Matrix. I think it's a scene from the Matrix. I don't even know. It's a scene that I saw with, what's that actor's name? Very famous. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name right now. Okay, it'll come to me. If my guides could tell me his name, that'd be really amazing. Now, I'm sure they'll tell me in a moment. Now, this main character from the Matrix was in the scene, and my guides are showing me this image right now in the water. That's why I'm mentioning it. And it was basically this person whose name is on Keanu Reeves. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. So Keanu Reeves is basically talking to a woman on a bench and is offering a candy, I think. And Keanu Reeves says, "You already know I'm going to take this candy, right?" And the lady says, "Well, what kind of oracle would I be if I didn't already know that you were going to take the candy?" And then Keanu says something like, this kind of suggests that everything is already written. It's already like prearranged, so I don't really have a choice in the matter. And the oracle says to Keanu Reeves, "Well, of course, you've decided to come here and have this experience. Being here, your next quest is to understand why you chose this experience and what it is you're here to learn from it." And I feel you're going through a very big soul-searching month this month, where you are asking yourself, why have you chosen to experience certain things? Or why have you experienced certain things? Because I'm sure there's a lot of things, my beautiful Librans, that you would say, hell no, I didn't choose that. I did not want to experience that. There's so many things in my life as well that I go, I didn't ask to experience that. Why would I do that? Because it was so painful or so like traumatic. But I have learned lessons from those things. And, it has made me who I am right now. And it has made me really strong in my character and made me understand who I am. And now the choices I make from there are empowered. So I feel a lot of you are going through that experience right now, and how all these challenges have made you so strong that you rise up and overcome. Okay, so it says here, transformation, eternal soul, renew, resurrection, rebirth, destroy, rising from the ashes, emerging as a new era here. There's magic about you, alchemy, transmutation, ascension, and the end is just the beginning. So a lot of you may be returning to things that you used to do, hobbies or fun times, because the Four of Wands is to reunite with things that brought joy or people who are fun to be with. Some of you may even, pick up that hobby that you used to do, or that book that you used to enjoy, or revisit a place that has really fond memories for you. Some of you are ending something in order to embrace something new. It could be a new neighborhood, new lifestyle choice, a new environment, new job, for example. Whatever it is, it's going to make you stronger and help you rise through the ranks, but also on a soul level, I feel there is a major transformation going on here. It's number 9 for a reason, this card, which is Hermit energy, which means you're going through a major awakening. There's a period here of you reflecting on your inner truth and not allowing anything or anyone to distract you or derail you from your true life's mission. You're gaining a lot of enlightenment this month there. Now, I do see that there is news coming in for you. There's really joyous news, something you've been waiting for, something you may have felt was not actually going to come through for you, but it does, and you celebrate it, okay? This is something you've waited a long time for, so you did feel that, oh, maybe I didn't get that, or maybe that's not going to happen. It's something you manifested, something that you almost saw as a vision that you would have in your life. Well, you will have it. It's going to happen for you. That Four of Wands is a card of success, it's joy, it's celebration. Now, I do see a lot of family and friends around you at the end of the month, so there could also be like a monumental time for you. There may be, and it may not resonate with everyone, but I'm getting through like an important date. It's a remembrance date is what I'm being given as well. It's almost like there could be someone here who is absent from the table. And I'm seeing a candle lit right now, so this tells me you honor this person's memory. And they are very much with you and your soul tribe or your family when you gather together or when you actually remember this person. I'm wondering if I can be shown something. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm just being shown like initials being embroidered on materials. So either this person really liked to have their stuff with their initials on it. Let me see. I'm just seeing JJ. Okay, right now, I got to be honest with you, that may not resonate with everyone, but that could also have a certain meaning. Doesn't mean it's their name initials. It may be that it was a nickname, or it could mean that they used to go to a place that had two J's connected to it. So please take it as it resonates. It may not resonate with everyone. That's totally fine. It doesn't mean that this whole reading is not your reading. It just means that this person, it's very precise what's coming through there. Am I being given anything else there? I'm not being given anything else at this time, but know that this person is with you and they're going to make their presence known. And I am being given this energy of that they are free and that they are empowered and that they protect you. They're always dropping in. So that's coming through there very strongly. So with a lot of respect and a lot of love, I'm going to disconnect from that energy there and move forward with the majority energy for everybody else. The Four of Wands indicates that this is you tapping into your creative energy. You may feel compelled to like suddenly get up and dance to music to change your vibrations. It could be also that you're in sync with your desires right now and you're going to see a lot of joy and a lot of celebration. There's a lot of rewards around you at this time where you accomplish great things. I feel it's milestone things, so it's almost like you have a long way to go, but you see evidence of success, that you're making a difference, making an impact in your life. And some of you, if you've been in training in college or getting a certification or something, I feel like you pass like a module or you pass something and you know that you're going to be a success there. I feel there is a lot of celebration around you, but also I feel this is a time to get involved in your community. This is a card which indicates networking opportunities for you. And it doesn't have to be networking to do with business. It can be like meeting new people, new friends, people who are going to end up being long-term friendships. I feel this is about you tapping into the magic of life, almost like reviving your life in some way, or, you know, reigniting your passion, your lust for life, but also romancing your life a little bit more and really paying close attention to the little things, the simplistic things with, you know, spending time with the people that you care about. And I do see you being a little bit more sociable at the end of the month there, but it feels like you're challenging yourself at the beginning of the month. There's something you really want to focus on. Now, we also have the Empress energy. So some of you with the Empress energy, this is all about you nourishing yourself in a different way. It's also an indication that everything you're working hard to achieve, it started with a plan, okay? And a plan is normally connected to like a seed. It's like the symbolic energy of you have been working on something, nourishing it, putting a lot of energy, time, and focus on it, and now you're going to see the rewards. Things are going to flourish for you. This is a time to step back and be really proud of yourself and said, "Oof, that was hard. It was a job well done though, and you know what? I did my best," and I feel like you're going to be rewarded, not just by the universe, but also by your circumstances. A lot of you, if you're in a career, this is a period where you are stepping into like a leadership position. But it feels like a stepping stone to the leadership position, if that makes sense. Some of you, it feels like you are making some move to launch your own business or go solo. So I feel a very creative time for you. This also tells me you're going to be very productive. You're a very talented person, and anything that you turn your hand to, as long as you're interested in it, you will thrive at it. And I see you embracing so many new things there as well. Now, also, some of you may go visit a parent if they're still on the earthly plane, and I feel like you really look up to this person, even though sometimes the relationship dynamic can be complex. I feel like you see how strong this person is and how they made life work as best that they could to give you everything that you have. Some of you may actually resolve some things within yourself regarding your parents or guardians or the path that you had. And I feel it's a very cathartic time for you. I feel your experiences made you a very strong person there. But also, I feel a lot of you are very empowered this month and you are tapping into potential. I feel also that you are gaining in confidence. So if you struggled with confidence, I feel something unlocks, and it feels very much something in your mind, how you talk to yourself. And I feel like rather than tear yourself down or put extra pressure on yourself, I feel like you are offering yourself unconditional love to know that you're doing the best with the circumstances that you've got, and you're doing a really awesome job there as well. Now, I see a lot of you reuniting with an old friend at the end of the month, and this person's been through a lot. It's almost like they withdrew from everybody in order to deal with something personally, privately, and I feel that you were a little bit saddened that this relationship kind of like fell by the wayside. But this person, they've been thinking about you a lot, and they will find a way to reach out. It could be through a friend, like a friend of a friend that says, oh my gosh, I bumped into this person the other day and they were asking about you, and you're like, oh my gosh. And it's like, well, you lost touch. They wanted your number, or, they wanted to reconnect. And I feel like you reconnect with this person and you spend some really good quality time. And some of you will find that actually you went through a very similar experience, and you've got a lot of wisdom to impart, both of you, about your experiences there as well. But ultimately, very creative time. You're going to see some progress this month. I also see a lot of you, and it may be because we've just come out of your birthday season, my beautiful Librans, a lot of you are looking at your legacy. Okay, especially since we got the Empress, which is like older, wiser. You're reflecting on the challenges. You're reflecting on past loves, past experiences, and how you've formed into who you are right now. But the best is yet to come. So I don't care what age you are, whether you're 95 or whether you're 27. I feel, you're manifesting more love into your life, whether it's through a person or loving relationships or even romantic relationships. You are attracting better times, fun times, more integrated energy with community. I feel a lot of you are doing a deep dive and really looking at how your mind works and how you can go from one moment of feeling empowered and the next moment feeling fear or anxiety or feeling like you're not enough. And I feel like you're really trying to take control of your thoughts, because that's half the battle, is what I see there as well. And we have that Four of Swords. A lot of you may feel like withdrawing at the end of the month in order to get some rest. Some of you may actually take a vacation during this period. But the Four of Swords indicates this is a big healing month for you, so that you can set yourself free, so that you can be empowered. But also this card is like, trying to acknowledge that sometimes when we make ourselves busy, we could be running away from something. And now you're not running away from it. Now I feel like you're challenging it to really look at it, to process it and let go of it. But also this is a card that indicates, you're going to have a lot of clarity this month. You're going to basically take care of what you need, nourish yourself in better ways, especially your health. You're going to pay a lot of attention on your health there as well, especially at the end of the month. And I feel like you are having the sense of relief that, yes, you've been through a lot, and I feel like you've come out the other side, and you're going to see in November that you're making an impact and that things are going the way you hope for. Things are coming together as they should, and you're trying to have a lot of fun along the way. Life is tough. We have to balance things out. So we have to ride that wave, but also enjoy the moment and find the fun and the magic in the everyday circumstances. And when you've been challenged or gone through a traumatic experience, it's really hard to find. We have to look extra hard there, okay? Now, in career, some of you may be headhunted this month as well. But I feel it's a stepping stone to greater things is what I see there. If you are trying to build stronger friendships, I see you articulating yourself from a healthier place. You're not holding back anymore. I feel like you're just really owning it, speaking your truth. And although it may be challenging, I feel you're being diplomatic about it, but I feel like you're not placating another person. I feel like you're not enabling their either their energy towards you or their it's like they're draining your energy. There is someone here that you may feel drains your energy, and you feel like you just don't want to lose this person from your life, but at the same time, I feel like you want to address it but not hurt their feelings. So very important conversation to come this month. Ultimately, I feel there is a sense of togetherness. Some of you may travel home, as I said, to see family members. Also, some of you may be celebrating that you're pregnant. So if you're in a high-level commitment, I see there may be some really good news, and then you set some changes in motion. It's almost like challenging yourself to cut out certain things to be healthier because there is baby on board. But at the same time, I feel like your child is going to make it easier. It's almost like you will have an instant dislike for some of the things that you used to love that perhaps were not so good for you. So instantly it feels like your cravings are different. So that's coming through there as well. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? We have cosmic cycle. Okay. So this means there is a shift in your karmic cycle. I feel like you've gone through a lot of karmic lessons and now things get easier for you. It's a relief period for you. It says here, wheels are turning. Good luck. Take risks. Another phase. Things are looking up and cash flow. Now, of course, although, there's no pentacles in your reading, doesn't mean you're not focused on money because your second and eighth house are saying money, money, money. I do feel like this is about you being able to save. Some of you, if you're making a large purchase, or if you have made a large purchase, you may feel a little bit locked in or tied to that, but I feel like you're being really strict with yourself and still being able to save. You may also increase your cash flow by tapping into a creative talent that you have. We've also got Guardian. Okay, and it says here, fierce approach, daring moves, be the hero, protect savings and treasures. So you're looking at all the things that really matter to you, protecting everything that you worked really hard for. And I feel also there is an energy of having like more power in a situation and more kind of control in a situation than you actually give yourself credit for. And we've also got big fish. So a lot of you are looking at where you feel either caged in or you feel like you've hit a plateau in your life. You got comfortable in something and it feels now like it's a trap, as it were. And you want to get out of that so that you can explore more exciting things or get out there and have more spontaneity in life. It says, reeling them in, good impression, on the hook, great catch, lucrative deals. Okay, so, especially if you're in a career and you've been out of work for a while, I feel like there is opportunities here for you. You'll celebrate one, which feels more like a standalone position, actually. You may manage people at some point in this role, but it feels like you're owning it. You're taking ownership or you're in control. And I feel also that when it comes to love as well, I feel like you're reminding yourself that you are a great catch. You're a gift. Okay, you have a beautiful, pure heart. You're attractive. You will be attracting attention. I see there's someone in particular, as I said, that you will be sparking a conversation with, and it's a conversation about a challenging time. And I feel that this person really gets you, and vice versa. But don't go too quickly in that. Get to know each other a little bit more. But I feel this is a very productive month for you and great things are coming towards you, especially third week. I feel there's a lot to celebrate in and around that date, okay? I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune. We have the horse rune, and this is all about progress. This is about future changes as well that are going to be so positive. Trust the process. This is an indication that there is movement and improvement. And if you think about horses, this is like the journey, and it's about like setting a pace for yourself, challenging yourself, overcoming the obstacles, and winning the race. That's what I'm being given, like winning the race, coming first place. Okay, so I'll leave it there. A very complex reading, may not resonate with everyone, but I have to honor each card that comes out and the energy I get from it. So I definitely see a lot going on for you this month. Things get easier and quieter at the end of the month. You get a bit more rest at the end of November, but the beginning of the month, I feel like you're very busy, very productive, and really proud of yourself that you are ticking a lot of things off your list, and you can see evidence that you're making a difference, making an impact, and success. You're flourishing, okay? It doesn't have to be in a career. It can also be a personal development project. You can see that you feel good about yourself, and I feel the way that you look at yourself changes as well, and it really empowers you. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.